All right, everyone. Welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for February 23rd to the 25th of 2018. All right, so this weekend, first of all, coming into it, we are entering into the first quarter phase. So exactly a week ago, well, almost exactly a week ago, we had the solar eclipse on last Thursday. So new beginnings still very much in the works, except this weekend, really good to challenge ourselves towards any new beginnings we've had since last Thursday. This can be insights, can also be quite literally new things that have come into our life. So good to challenge ourselves, take that initiative with that. So the moon in Taurus Friday, Saturday, really accessing this resourceful nature of ourself. Really good to take things slow and steadily, stopping to smell the roses with Taurus, enjoying things in life. But once we get into Sunday, the moon does shift into Gemini, and so there could be some themes around communication, learning, sharing with others perhaps, especially because we do have three aspects going exact on Sunday. Venus squaring Mars, which could be this needing of integration with relationships and maybe some extra consideration there. We've got Mercury over Neptune, so there's this bit of imagination coming in, maybe dreamy energy we can ground, and the Sun sextiling Saturn, which is actually good for responsibility and taking things responsibly. So let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Friday. We're going to be looking at the moon's placement here in Taurus first. And just to give you an idea, because there is a lot going on this weekend, just kind of how things are concentrated. You can see the three major aspects we've got are all on Sunday. So essentially, as we approach Sunday, working with some of the energy that I'll be mentioning with that. But on Friday, it is entering the first quarter phase, and we do have some squares with the moon and Mercury and Neptune. So essentially, again, this is about taking that initiative and challenging ourselves towards any new things since last Thursday. Anything that does require that can be emphasized, but really good to challenge ourselves so we're kind of on the right side of these of this first quarter phase. It's when we really solidify a lot of the things that started during the new moon, or in this case, the solar eclipse. All right, so really good with that. And then again, the moon in Taurus on Friday. Good to really access our resourceful side, right? Our inner resources. This could be self-reliance, accessing our sense of self-worth, and just taking things stably, slowly, steadily, and enjoying things. The moon is exalted in Taurus, so it is a great time to really connect to Earth, have some gratitude, and again, just taking it one step at a time there. So that's essentially the energy on Friday, and then as we get into Saturday, we'll probably start to feel a lot of this Venus squaring up to Mars type of energy as we again approach Sunday. So with this one, we've got masculine and feminine, Venus and Mars in a bit of a clash collectively. What is essentially happening here is that we're needing a bit of integration between these polarities. And of course, everything does happen within first, so as we do the inner work there, of course, then it will translate more healthfully in our outer environment. So what I would say with this is if there is any tension, if you're feeling any of that, whether it's relationship or not, because sometimes Venus can be just what we're enjoying. But if you're feeling any tension or feeling reactionary or anything like that, really good to bring some extra attention to that. And if it is relationship related, practicing consideration, harmony, tact, focusing on others' needs, because this is very much a clash between our needs, which is Mars, and our relationship needs or someone else's needs, which is usually Venus. So how can we see things eye to eye? How can we find that harmony, find that reciprocity, right? That mutual benefit, mutual thing with that tact and consideration? I think it's fantastic with this. And I always think when Mars is involved, it's very good to have non-attachment, right? Have non-attachment to our personal needs, to our ego's needs, helps the energy flow as well. All right, so really good day to practice that or integrate that internally as we approach Sunday with some of the other aspects we've got going on. So on Sunday, Mercury is also over Neptune. This can be a bit of dreaminess, coming in, maybe just the mind is kind of wandering is kind of how it is. And it's not really that challenging because it's a conjunction. So it is great for, anything that does require imagination, does require maybe some automatic writing, just writing things down, coming up with ideas through more of a intuitive approach to things, maybe even gaining some insight through meditation or through dreams, things like this. So yeah, great for anything like that. And just to be clear, in terms of the whole communication sector, just because the Neptune influence can blurry the mind with Mercury. And this is the day that the moon does shift into Gemini. So there could be themes on Sunday pertaining to specifically communication and specifically our willingness to learn and to learn from others. So a great day to have that open-mindedness, willingness to learn, willingness to be flexible. I think there could be some themes with that on Sunday with the moon here. And we're just wanting that emotionally. So when we are flexible, we are inquisitive, we're willing to learn, there is that emotional ease and security. All right, so then as a minor note on Sunday, not as important as those other two aspects, the sun is going to be sextiling up to Saturn. So it is, there's this sort of stabilizing energy to this as well, maybe feeling responsible, maybe feeling productive, which is good, could be a good day for that. But anything that does require responsibility, we do have that bit of groundedness, at least available. Again, sextiles are kind of openings, but there is that opening there for that. All right, so that is the weekend in a nutshell. Again, a lot concentrated on Sunday. Good to integrate this stuff as we approach it. There could be some shifts around Sunday pertaining to any of this stuff as possible. It's definitely happening collectively, but your personal chart could be activating it. But in either case, great weekend for taking that initiative, right? First quarter phase. What new has come into your life, or what have you been thinking about since last Thursday that maybe you want to take some initiative with, some action steps, and again, challenge yourself with. And a lot of this could be in regards to finding that sense of individuality with Aquarius. This freedom, this sort of new discovery of who we are, what we enjoy, and the freedom of expressing our true and unique self. And again, through that, seeing where we can contribute or be a part of things larger than ourselves, all right? Our friends, our network circles, a community, maybe focusing at, the world at large with Aquarius. And that's really how we're gaining energy. And I think there's a lot of themes pertaining to that in a much larger context. All right, so have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Monday for the daily forecast.